And again, for Keyshawn to like go along with this was insane.
What are you?
I'm Mexican.
My bad.
What you mean by that, bro? You know Mexicans
Why you
run
keep
boxing.
pushing me, bro?
Hey, you know Mexicans run boxing, right?
I mean, Ryan doing pretty good, so, I can agree a little bit.
You see?
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Hey, yay. Hey, yay. We are all gathered here today to discuss race and race relations. Keyshawn Davis, I know he didn't say what I think he did he? In this video, I am going to reveal exactly what Keyshawn Davis said live, caught in 4K, on camera, during a live stream. And the comments that he made have absolutely backfired, and it has Keyshawn under fire. So allow me to break it down. Some of you won't believe it. This might be news to some of y'all. It is time for me to get unpacked. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Welcome to my show Unpacked, where I take a deep dive into the hottest topics in boxing. Now, an overwhelming amount of you guys, shout out to Ego's Army, sent me messages and or the URL, the clip, right? Some people, I'm going to tell you how it actually went down. Some of the people, they were like, ego, and left me a comment. Do you know or did you hear what Keyshawn Davis said? And I said no, because I don't really, outside of a fight, I'm not really checking for a lot of these dudes. Pause, right? I don't even want to get into it, but that's it. So I hadn't. But then I kept seeing that comment or similar comments, and then people started to flood my DM box and send me the link. So I have reviewed it. And when people were initially telling me this, I was like, Keyshawn, nah, did he? He didn't say that, did he? Because again, not a knock on Ego's Army and the fans, but sometimes when people will hear something, they'll paraphrase, and in doing that, paraphrasing, it gets broken down and like lost in translation, if you will, where the actual quote takes a new form, almost like a rumor, right? If somebody says, hey, I slept with Peggy Sue in your high school, or hey, I stayed the night at, let's use that. Hey, I stayed the night at Peggy Sue's house on Saturday night. And then by the time you hear it, it has evolved into, hey, I clapped cheeks with Peggy Sue. You know what I mean? Even if that wasn't what was initially said. So I had to see this for myself, what was said, because I don't just willy-nilly get on here. I'm not here to clickbait you. I'm not going to just get in here and make a video if I'm not informed. And yup, he really said it. So without further ado, we gonna get into what Keyshawn Davis had to say. And I thought it was very, very bizarre indeed. For starters, he did a live stream with a Mexican streamer named Oblivion, right? Which we'll get into in a minute. And this is a screen grab from the thumbnail. Keyshawn cutting through a wet burrito. Yeah. I didn't know you like to get wet though. Sherm, dust, PCP, tacos, burritos, carnitas. That's what you had, right? Him cutting through a burrito, and the title of the stream literally is them eating at a Mexican food spot. An hour-long video, right? And it says, Oblivion and Keyshawn Davis tries out Mexican food in Puerto Rico. So you like, when I seen that, I'm like, all right, he said it. Like before, when it was just people telling me what he said, right? I was like, I don't know. Maybe he said it. I got to hear it from myself. But when I seen this, he was in Puerto Rico eating a wet burrito. And for whatever reason, this becomes a stream like of him eating, and like it's some big deal that he's eating Mexican food, right? So I thought that was very weird. Right? Y'all let me know in the comment section what you feel. But I thought it was weird that, like, I know I'm not a part of this younger generation, but I thought when you go live streaming, you go to a concert, you're at somebody's mansion and turning up, listening to music, stuff like that. I thought the kids was doing streams like that. You do an hour-long stream trying out Mexican food, like, huh? I don't know. But again, whatever. It's streaming culture. So there you see, I'm just getting my headset on. You see him eating a burrito, Keyshawn Davis, right? With Oblivion. Then they have another video. It says Keyshawn Davis and Oblivion Puerto Rico gym takeover vlog, right? So they real heavy-handed with like eating Mexican food, and hey, they want you to know we're in Puerto Rico, right? Instead of just like Keyshawn and Oblivion spar or box at the gym. In big lettering, I mean, you see it in big lettering. It's like Puerto Rico, eat Mexican food in Puerto Rico. Like, so that alone threw me off, and I knew I was in for a ride. But now we'll get into the part from Keyshawn.
I'm off the PEDs, bro.
PEDs type shit?
Come
okay,
on.
I feel that.
You didn't know I'm sponsored by Snack now?
Bro, so right off rip, like I said, initially when people were like, oh, Keyshawn said this and that, I was like, yeah, let me see it for myself, because I don't know. Ain't nothing over until it's over. But then when I started seeing stuff like this, I'm like, all right, he did it. I don't even have to watch it, even though I did watch it. I'm like, he did it. He did it, because look how he's acting. So he's at the gym in Puerto Rico, which they want you to know, right? He's at the gym in Puerto Rico. And I think it's Jake Paul's gym because it has MVP like on the ropes, but whatever. He's at the gym wrapping his own hands because he's about to put work in or spar or whatever. And the streamer dude, Oblivion, is like, hey, I'm on the PEDs. I'm on PEDs. Ha ha ha. Don't you know I'm part of Snack? I'm on PEDs. Bro, what are we talking about? Like, for starters, I don't really care about these streamers. These streamers, they can't do nothing to me, bro. So I don't. That's their world. It is what it is. I don't fully understand certain elements of some of these young cats. Kind of weird. Do anything for clicks. Different generation. Cool. Whatever. But Keyshawn, you the boxer. You the one supposed to be holding it down for boxing. And you got this kid talking, a streamer, making jokes about, I'm on PEDs, ha ha ha, I'm with Snack. Keep in mind, the Snack founder recently passed away, right? And he's making it like this is something to joke about, right? What part of the game is cool about that. And then I see Keyshawn snickering and laughing like that was funny, bro. I thought that was super weird off rip. We didn't even get to the other part he said. But just that alone, you supposed to be holding it down for boxing, kiddo. And you got this dude clowning around talking about I'm on PEDs, I'm with Snack, and you laughing. And I get it. You want to fight Devin Haney, you beefing with Devin Haney, but what part of the game is that, bro? Like, as a man, you still gotta, I don't care if you have ops or beef or want to fight somebody, you should still stand for something, right? On my channel, I ain't never condoned cheating. I don't cheat to get ahead. I ain't bought subscribers or do whatever people do, buy views to get where I'm at. You dig? So it was disappointing, to say the least, to hear Keyshawn Davis, even for a brief second, entertain that and laugh like that was some like real funny stuff. And for me, I really feel a type of way because I truly believe this generation, right, of boxers, they are low-key so like thirsty and desperate for like any type of like clout and attention that they're out here sacrificing like almost like the integrity, their own integrity, right? They're out here sacrificing integrity to be a part of these other people's streams to the point where it's just like a bad look for you. Like, for example, and I gotta lump them all together because it's one clique. Terrence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, and Keyshawn Davis. Look at who they are streaming with. Look at who they are recently interviewing with, right? Terrence Crawford's retired, so he ain't really gave nobody much, content. But then when you do give someone content, is Aiden Ross? Like, really? Like, you know what I mean? I don't got nothing against these streamers. I don't know them personally, but Aiden Ross, and then it was you and Shakur, right? On Aiden Ross. And when you go there, you're low-key being disrespected. Because Aiden Ross is like, UFC way better. It's way more entertaining, way more fun. Then you have the same individuals, Terrence Crawford, that boy Bud, and Shakur Stevenson, they go on Joe Rogan, right? Keep in mind, Joe Rogan made racist jokes before, talking about Planet of the Apes and all that type of stuff. And for Crawford, again, you're retired, right? So this is who you give your time to, like the first people you like, far right MAGA dudes. This is who you giving your interview to. And then what makes it worse is these same individuals, this whole like Crawford, Bud, Shakur, Keyshawn regime. Not only are they giving interviews to, in my opinion, bases that don't really align fully with their brand and their core audience, but they're also being insulted. Aiden Ross pretty much brought Topuria up into it. Hey, Shakur, you think you could beat Topuria? And then Topuria seen it and started talking greasy. Then Joaquin Buckley started talking greasy to Bud Crawford and Shakur Stevenson, talking about if I seen Shakur in the street, it'd be over for him. You know what I mean? And this is what you're getting from going on there. Then you had Joe Rogan had Shakur Stevenson on his pod recently, and they brought up Devin Haney, right? Brought up Devin Haney and the Ryan fight. And then Joe Rogan is telling Shakur's like, I don't respect the win because he has something in his system. Joe Rogan's like, oh, that didn't help him and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And like minimizing it. Now you got Keyshawn also part of this like circle, and he with this Mexican cut, and dude's like, ha ha ha, I'm on PEDs. Ain't that funny? Ha ha ha. And Keyshawn laughing like it's funny. Like that was really like Dave Chappelle level comedy or something, right? Keep in mind, this is the same streamer, Oblivion, the same cat that was in front of Shakur and Terrence Crawford, right? Your boys, after Ryan Garcia versus Barrios. And he's like, Ryan taking that.
Hey, big Ryan winning that.
You said what?
Ryan's winning that.
You don't want to bet on it.
He's
You don't want to bet on it.
Ryan's winning that. That's easy. Scooby snack.
Bro, that was good boxing.
You a boxer?
Huh?
You a boxer?
Ryan's cousin.
Meaning Ryan gonna whoop Shakur. So he's like, Ryan Garcia is taking that. Ryan taking the W. Or he said something like that, blurted it out in front of Crawford, in front of Shakur, when they were like, you know, giving Ryan his props. And then Shakur's like, man, you're not even that big. You're not even that big. This was the cat that was doing that, right? Terrence Crawford looks at him and he's like, you box? You box? Like, cause like you the loudest person here. Like, are you a fighter? Right? And he's like, I'm Ryan's cousin. So I don't know if he literally is Ryan Garcia's cousin or if he just said that being funny. I don't know. Don't really care. But this is the stream that Keyshawn chose to do. Like, these dudes are doing whatever, selling out whatever to be a part of somebody else's stream instead of like doing their own thing and getting it popping. They trying to use other people's impressions and networks. And then they out here making boxing look like a circus. Talk about I'm on PEDs and Ryan will whoop Shakur and all this stuff.
Ooh. I'm off the PEDs, bro.
PEDs type shit?
Come
Okay,
on.
I feel that.
You didn't know. You didn't
That man said, I feel that. So you feel PEDs? All right.
know I'm sponsored by Snack Now? You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
That was allegedly hilarious to Keyshawn.
Hey, come on, Big Sal.
Are you gonna rap it? I really know him.
You know it?
I really know him.
Wait, you fought in Puerto Rico before?
No, I never fought. He just been around.
Oh.
He been around. Yeah, he been around.
You been here a lot or what?
This is my first time here.
Oh, this
So it's his first time in Puerto Rico.
is your first time?
For real.
Oh, shit.
For real. You know about that, right? I did not know that. I ain't know that shit.
Pay attention.
Damn. Y'all, all y'all, same father too? Yeah. Like, no, not trying to be funny, but where y'all sister at? She's the only one. She fucking out Virginia, where I should live at.
Pete, this is the part y'all got to pay attention to.
I heard that. I don't know how true it is, but
What you mean by Puerto Rican fighters, though?
bro, you next, bro. You the next Puerto Rican fighter.
Hell no, I'm not Puerto Rican.
What are you?
I'm Mexican.
My bad.
What you mean by that, bro? You know Mexicans
Why you
run
keep
boxing.
pushing me, bro?
Hey, you know Mexicans run boxing, right?
I mean, Ryan doing pretty good, so, you know, I can agree a little bit.
Oh, bro, get him out of here, bro. Listen, I keep telling y'all don't want to listen. This generation making it too hard to root for him. First of all, you got this little dude. You a real boxer. I don't know. He a streamer or whatever he got going on. He keep pushing you. Like, keep touching you and pushing you. He's like, what you mean, bro? And he did say something about it. He's like, why you keep pushing me, bro? Why he's putting his hand wraps on, right? For whatever reason, honest mistake, I guess, Keyshawn Davis thought the streamer dude was Puerto Rican. They're in Puerto Rico. I don't know. He got confused or whatever. And he's like, you going to be the first Puerto Rican fighter. Like, trying to boost him up. Like, who is he to even be saying that? Whatever. The dude was like, I ain't Puerto Rican. What are you talking about? I'm Mexican. And then Keyshawn was like, oops, my bad. You know what I mean? Probably because he messed up. And the dude's like, keep touching him like, what you mean by that? And then the streamer said, you know Mexicans run boxing, right? As he's touching on Keyshawn. Like, he wanted that message to be heard, bro. You know Mexicans run boxing, to which Keyshawn says, I mean, Ryan Garcia is doing pretty good, so I guess I can agree with that a bit. And then the dude start talking about Canelo. What on earth are we talking about, bro?
Mexicans run boxing.
Me, bro?
Hey, you know Mexicans run, bro? You know Mexicans run boxing.
Bro, see, he said it twice. He wanted that. So he's like, I'm not Puerto Rican, I'm Mexican. You know Mexicans run boxing. And then maybe Keyshawn wasn't paying attention enough, so he reiterated it. Hey, you know Mexicans run boxing. And then this man Keyshawn talking about, I guess I can agree with that.
I'm Puerto Rican.
What are you?
I'm Mexican.
My bad.
What you mean by that, bro? You know Mexicans
Why you
run
keep
boxing.
pushing me, bro?
Hey, you know Mexicans run boxing, right?
I mean, Ryan doing pretty good, so, you know, I can agree a little bit.
I can agree a little
See?
bit.
What about
But you know who
Canelo?
Puerto Rican?
What about Canelo? Bro, get this out of here, bro. That's why I can't get behind this, dog. Like, I don't care what y'all talking about. Dead homies. I can't get behind this because it's like, first of all, listen, shout out. I got a lot of Mexican fans. There's a lot of historic Mexican great fighters. I'm not even going to, front like that. That isn't. Like, for real, boxing is mostly comprised of black and brown. Now you're seeing more like Eastern Euros and Russian and stuff like that. But historically, it's kind of been a black and brown sport. So I'm not even mad about that aspect particular. But to say Mexicans run boxing, bro, what are you even talking about? Because last time I checked, Nipsey Hussle voice, Nay Bud. Last time that I checked, Crawford beat the dogs out of Canelo Alvarez. So why are you even mentioning Canelo Alvarez? He ducked a fade with Demetrius Andrade, didn't want to fight the Charlo brothers at 54, right? Didn't want to fight Andrade at 54, 160. We know he didn't want to fight David Benavidez. So it's like, what are you talking about? Bud Crawford moved up 2-3 weight classes, a black fighter, and dog walk Canelo. And you talking about Mexicans run boxing, bro. Don't nobody even really want to see, ain't nobody even want to really see Canelo right now, in my opinion. From what I've seen, he might as well retire. For real. He might as well retire. What you talking about? Run boxing how? Who's popping? Canelo, he said he wanted the Mexican dates, right? May, but he can't fight in May because people already took his spot. They already took his date, David Benavidez and Zurdo. And then as far as Benavidez, a lot of the people who are Mexican say David Benavidez ain't full Mexican, so they're not claiming him. He's half Mexican, half Ecuadorian. So he about to fight Zurdo. I think he beats Zurdo, me personally. We'll see what happens there. That's a good fight with Latinos. But again, y'all not even claiming Benavidez. A lot of y'all claiming Canelo and have been claiming Canelo. And because David Benavidez was on Canelo's ass, they didn't like David Benavidez. So I'm not giving Mexican fans no credit for David Benavidez because a lot of the Mexican fans was the same ones that didn't want to see Canelo face David Benavidez. And they were saying, oh, Benavidez is trash. Benavidez, he ain't fought nobody, making up all these excuses. And Canelo's like, I don't want to fight my countryman. And people like, he's only half Mexican. And then they were calling him a half breed and saying he Ecuadorian and why he have the Mexican flag. So you can't flip it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. We not giving you credit for David Benavidez dead homies, right? So Canelo got whooped by Bud. David Benavidez is like mixed race, and I've seen from Mexican fans them not claim David Benavidez fully. A lot of them, a lot of the Chicanos and the pinche pochos, right? So what are you talking about? What Mexican runs boxing? And it's not to say there's no good fighters. Resendez beat Caleb Plant. He's Mexican. Who else? Zurdo. I mean, does he run boxing? He's in a big fight because of Benavidez. So to make a bold statement like in 2026, Mexicans run boxing, what are you talking about? And then like, I didn't really want to get into this, but Ryan Garcia, he's pretty big. But he popped dirty, didn't he? For Osterring, he popped dirty. So there's that. You run boxing with a failed test and a loss to Rolly. All right. Regardless of that, let's be real, bro. If Ryan Garcia went to Mexico, they not finna look at him as like a real like Mexican, like La Raza. Like, come on, bro. So there's that. Who else is there? Jaime Munguia, he popped dirty, didn't he? After the Bruno Sudase for synthetic testosterone. Okay, so Ryan Garcia popped. He's Mexican American. Munguia popped. Oscar Valdez just got dropped by Top Rank. Canelo got dog walked by Bud Crawford. I've already talked about Resendez. I already talked about Zurdo. So what are you talking about? What Mexican run boxing? And then Teofimo started making these black jokes and whatever. and he's Honduran. I get that. He's not Mexican. He's Honduran, but he was associating, and he was like, I don't want the American flag. I want the Latino flag. All right, bet. Shakur whooped you. Embrace the Latino Honduran flag or whatever you got going on. Shakur dog walked you, and your dad had horrible corner instructions, and it wasn't competitive. So what Latino is running the game right now, as you say, specifically Mexican? Tell me. Then who else you got? You got Virgil Ortiz. He on the sidelines. He not fighting boots. We already know that. I've already talked about it. So what? Who's running? Virgil Ortiz running boxing from the sidelines. He not that big of a star anyway. So and he's sidelined with a lawsuit and all that stuff with Golden Boy beef. Next, Bam Rodriguez, great fighter. He running boxing. So I didn't get the comment at all. Especially like you would have in the 80s or something with Julio Cesar Chavez, in the 90s with De La Hoya, and you had Salvador Sanchez. You had a better chance of saying it then, but we're talking about right now. You saying the comment right now. Who run boxing? The Vargas dynasty? Like what are we talking about, bruh? And again, for Keyshawn to like go along with this was insane.
What are you?
I'm Mexican.
My bad.
What you mean by that, bro? You know Mexicans run boxing.
Pushing me, bro?
Hey, you know Mexicans run boxing, right?
I mean, Ryan doing pretty good, so I can agree a little bit.
You see? What about Canelo?
But you know who Puerto Rican?
Who?
Shakur.
Didn't the man say Shakur's Puerto Rican? Bro, tell that to the police if he get pulled over. You know what I mean? And then peep this. Peep the dude. He said Shakur, you know who is Puerto Rican? And then he brings up Shakur. Listen to the streamer's reaction.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Bro. What about Canelo?
But you know who Puerto Rican?
Who?
Shakur.
But you know who's Puerto Rican? Shakur. And the streamer, the Mexican streamer, Oblivion, was like, no, he's not. Immediate denial. Even though Shakur really is Puerto Rican, right? The dude don't want to believe in Puerto Rico that Shakur is Puerto Rican. So it lets you know what type of time some of the boxing fans is on. When somebody's like, you know who is Puerto Rican? Shakur Stevenson, right? He didn't even want to believe it. His first response was like, oh, for real? Like how? Or who in his family? His mom or dad? He didn't say nothing like that. He said, no, he isn't. So he didn't even want to hear that. So it goes to show you, they looking at Shakur Stevenson like he a ninja, bro. So yeah, he is Puerto Rican. His dad's Puerto Rican. But he was raised, to my knowledge, mostly from his black side, right? With like 8-9 kids in the crib. And the streamer dude's response tell you what it is. He don't even want to acknowledge that. So they're not looking at Shakur as like, but anyway, keep listening to Keyshawn.
I agree a little bit.
You see? What about Canelo?
But you know who Puerto Rican?
Who?
Shakur.
No, he's not.
He is.
Yes?
He is. Yes, he really is.
Nah, I'm gonna catch a fade with it in the sparring.
His dad Puerto Rican.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Wait, so that's why he's like light skinned,
Light skin with curly hair and shit. Yeah. First time I ever met Shakur, real story. He was like, oh, he good, this, he good, that. I said, all right, we gonna see what he look like. I'm like 14. I seen Shakur. I say, y'all scared of this dude right here, this nigga? I'm fucking him up.
You beat him up in sparring? Nah?
It was what?
50-50?
50-50. I said, oh, this Puerto Rican can fight. Don't look out.
Oh, I said that this Puerto Rican can fight. Did y'all hear him say that? I said this Puerto Rican can fight.
It was what?
50-50?
50-50. I said, oh, this Puerto Rican can fight.
Bro, man, I'm done, bro. Super disappointed from Keyshawn that you even went along with these lies or whatever. And this is what I keep telling you. It's hard to get behind some of these dudes because you got the stream culture is huge, is big. I get it. But I'm not going on somebody's stream we could collaborate, pause on a stream or whatever, but I don't need you. I don't need your audience. I don't need you. It shows me that a lot of these boxers, they really don't know how to promote themselves. They don't know how to brand themselves. And these streamers are doing a great job and a much better job, to the point where they actually need the viewership, to the point where they're willing to go on these streams and almost like make a mockery of boxing with a lot of the stuff that's being said. Like, you got Aiden Ross telling Shakur to his face, I bet against you. T.O.'s my dude, and I wanted you to lose. I bet money that T.O.'s going to beat you. And telling Crawford and Shakur that UFC is way better than boxing. Even though Aiden Ross has Brand Risk, a boxing company. Why didn't Aiden Ross get into MMA events if he liked MMA better? You see what I'm saying? And then you got this dude, the same dude that was antagonizing Shakur, talking about I'm Ryan's cousin, Ryan getting the W, right? He wouldn't believe that Shakur was Puerto Rican, even though he was being told that by everybody in the gym, right? He took Keyshawn out for Mexican food or however that worked. I don't know who paid or whatever. And then you got Keyshawn just going along with it and laughing and like chumming it up like this is funny. This make boxing look bad. And you going along with something that's cap, bro. Again, great Mexican fighters, but in 2026, to say Mexicans run the sport of boxing, who? What person? Canelo's done very well for himself, but he's literally on the final chat. I'm not even being funny. I don't even really want to watch Canelo fight anymore. You never avenged the Bevo fight. We know you're not fighting David Benavidez. We know you wouldn't fight Better Biev. Bud retired and whooped you before he did it. What is really there for? It's going to be something stupid like Canelo versus Chris Eubank Jr. or something that I don't want to see. So he could retire as far as I'm concerned. He's done a lot, great. But to actively and boldly puff your chest out and be like, Mexicans run boxing, and then Keyshawn, like, I can agree to that a little bit. Listen, I don't care who out there. What did O-Dog say? Man, them just killed your cousin, and you ain't gonna do. I don't care who out there. I don't care whose stream I'm on. I'm not finna cop to something and agree to something that I don't really believe in. But I feel like a lot of these boxers, they're settling. They know these guys have big streaming audiences, so they're almost willing to be a part of the sideshow to get part of that attention and views for their brand. But all attention ain't good attention. It's like all money ain't good money. You know what I mean? Like, you're literally kicking it with this streamer dude, and what is it doing for your brand? Right? How is it making fans from boxing, like real boxing fans, want to support Keyshawn Davis more? I don't see it. Especially when you're agreeing to something that I can't see the pathway. Again, the best, in my opinion, right now, the Latino that you can't say is running stuff is David Benavidez. But again, he's half Mexican, and I've seen a lot of the Mexican fans, they not giving him full credit because he's not full-blooded Mexican on both sides, both parents. He's not 100% Mexican. So there's a lot of people, they're like, oh, I've seen it. I've seen Mexican fans in my comment section, and they're like, he ain't real Mexican. He's not really La Raza. Especially when he was like talking all that stuff, talking about he wanted to whoop Canelo Alvarez. A lot of especially the Chicanos and the Mexicans in the States, they didn't want to hear that because Canelo was their Lord and Savior. So Benavidez has been pegged as like second rate because he's not full-blooded Mexican, and he was going at Canelo viciously. And little things like he learned Spanish when he was like whatever age, 12 or 13. Spanish wasn't his first language, right? And things like that. Now, me, I don't care about none of that. I like Benavidez. I've been told y'all that. I'm a huge fan of Benavidez. But to agree to what this streamer dude is talking about Mexicans run boxing, y'all gonna have to let me know what you're talking about in the comment section. Cause right now in 2026, again, Bud beat Canelo up. Shakur destroyed a Latino, right? Gary Antoine Russell clapped up Jose El Rayo Valenzuela, right? Black fighter versus a Mexican. So again, I can't just agree to something if I don't know what you're talking about. Tank already beat Pitbull Cruz. And then like, even if like Devin beat Jose Ramirez, you know what I mean? You could say Ryan Garcia beat Devin, but then he missed weight, popped dirty. So it's not on his record no more. So that don't really count, right? Because if it ain't on his box rec as a victory, then we can't really count that. Devin beating Jose Ramirez, that's on his box rec. Tank beating Pitbull Cruz, that's on his box rec. Tank knocking out Ryan Garcia, that's on his box rec. You see what I'm saying? And then you got Lamont Roach, he fought Pitbull Cruz to a draw. There's a lot of people that thought Lamont Roach won that fight. So to make the claim that Mexicans run boxing, again, Virgil Ortiz on the sideline, y'all got to give me some more information. So I don't know why on earth Keyshawn would have been like, yeah, I could kind of agree to that. I can't. You can, but I can't. I can't get behind Keyshawn, bro. He a good little fighter, but it's stuff like this. You ain't fit. I come from a different generation. You not finna peer pressure me into saying what you want me to say. That will never happen. I get hate comments and, oh, ego, you suck and da-da-da-da. You not changing me. I'm in NorCal right now. You come make me change my mind. How about that? So yeah, y'all know me from the jump. I don't beat around the bush. I always come with receipts. I'm not with the tap dancing, bro. The buttermilk biscuits. Like, you just out here saying whatever to cater to somebody's crowd. I can't respect that at all. I can't. Like, you talking about Mexicans run boxing but signed to Jay Prince, a black man. Your whole clique from Ray Ford, Shakur, Terrence Crawford, all black. And you talking about Mexicans run boxing, Keyshawn did an interview, said that Shakur will beat the ish out of Ryan Garcia if they fought. So you're like, oh, I could kind of agree to that. Ryan's doing pretty good. Then why are you picking Shakur to beat Ryan Garcia and destroy him? Straight up tap dancing, right? And for me, like, y'all jump. I can't get behind this stuff. You jump Nair Albright because he whooped your brother, miss weight. Now you trying to be lit, doing all these streams, calling out Devin Haney, I got the brick and all that. And then you're not getting that fight. The Haney's blaming you, you're blaming Haney. And then now you out here tap dancing for the buttermilk biscuit. I don't know, bro. And like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Historically, a lot of dope Mexican fighters, right? But 2026 might be the worst time to have ever made that statement. I'm not even being funny. It might be like literally the worst time. You can't say that about black fighters. You can't say that right now is the worst time to say that a lot of the top fighters are black, because you got Tank, Devin, Shakur, Terrence Crawford left on top, Andre Ward left on top, Floyd Mayweather's coming back, but he left on top, right? Lamont Roach is a beast of a fighter. Fabio Wardley, Moses Atuma, right? But like, you can't. Again, there's other great fighters from all walks of life. I get it. But to outright have made that, man, Mexican fighters run boxing, and y'all can get emotional, that ain't gonna work. The emotion ain't gonna do nothing but make you look bad. Again, to make, you said run boxing. You didn't say like anything halfway, like Mexican fight, I don't agree to this either, but you would have a better argument if you're like Mexican boxers are some of the toughest. Right? Okay, we can, we all can agree there's a lot of tough Mexican fighters, but to say they run boxing right now in 2026, what Mexican fighter would you pick to beat if there was a round robin? Gary Antoine Russell, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis, all black fighters. Who gets through and is the last man standing that's Mexican? El Rayo, Jose Ramirez, Pitbull Cruz, Ryan Garcia. It gets through all of it. We know that's not the case because Pitbull didn't get past Tank. Ryan didn't get past Tank. Teofimo's Latino. He didn't get past Shakur. So it's like, what are we talking about, bro? Very disappointed from Keyshawn. Let me know how I did. We unpacked. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.